Welcome back to another lesson, guys. In today's lesson, we are going to be looking at equivalent ratios and simplifying ratios. Let's jump straight in. So let's just jump straight in and talk about equivalent fractions. So we're talking about fractions in this case where if we multiplied or divided each number in the fraction by a value, we would end up with it representing the same value. So if we have 1 green to 2 orange, and if we double the number of green, we therefore double the number of orange. So we end up with 2 to 4. Now these are equivalent, okay, because we're increasing both of them by the same amount. We're doubling both of the values. So they represent that same value. So let's do an example. So let's write 3 equivalent ratios of 2 to 6, okay? So you can pause it, write down 3 of your own, and then come back. So some of the ones you might have come up with, 1 to 3 by dividing both by 2, by simplifying, 3 to 9, or 4 to 12. You might have come up with some other ones as well, up to you what you came up with. Okay, let's look at now simplifying ratios. We did a little bit in that previous one, but let's do a bit more. So to write a ratio in simplest form, you're going to divide the values in the ratio by the highest common factor. So that means numbers that you multiply together to equal that value. So if we have 27 to 45, we're looking for a number that when multiplied with another number equals 27 and 45. In this case, it's 9. 27 times 3 is, 9 times 3 is 27, and 9 times 5 is 45. So now what we're going to do is we're going to divide both of these values by 9. So 27 divided by 9 and 45 divided by 9, we end up with 3. So 27 divided by 9 is 3. 45 divided by 9 is 5, so we end up with 3 to 5. Okay, let's do it again, except this time add an extra step. So 4.5 to 2.75 as a ratio in simplest form. So the first thing we need to do is remove those decimals. And to do that, what we're going to do is multiply by 100. 4.5 times 100 equals 450. And 2.75 times 100 equals 275. So 450 to 275. Now what we're going to do is we're going to find that highest common factor. And in this case, both values have the highest common factor of both values is 25. So now dividing both by the highest common factor, we end up with dividing both by 25, and we end up with 18 to 11. 450 divided by 25 equals 18. 275 divided by 25 equals 11. And the last example is using equivalent ratios to work out an unknown value. This is where you're going to do a lot of practice as well. So find the value of A if 3 to 5 equals 21 to A. Okay, so we need to find out what A is. So the first thing we do is we write it out like so. And we need to work out, well, I need to multiply 3 by something to make it equal 21. And what I'm doing is I'm multiplying 3 by 7. Now I'm going to do the same to the 5. I'm going to go 5 times 7 equals our A value. So I need to work out what 5 times 7 is. So 3 times 7 is 21. And 5 times 7 is 35. So therefore, and that's what these 3 dot means, like therefore, or because of this, that means that A equals 35. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, if you have any questions, please make sure you ask. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next lesson. Thanks, guys.